Hey everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified, and now we'll see a new question in string. So basically our question is that we are given a string here. We need to reverse all the vowels present in the given string, right? Now first of all let's understand the question. Now if you see in this string, what are the vowels that we have? So like here if you see what are the order of the vowels we have. So first of all we have E. So basically what are the vowels? First of all, vowels are basically A, E, I, O, U, right? So you need to identify which are the vowels that we have in this string. Now in this string we have this E, then we have this U, then we have this A, then I, then O, right? So that's what we have here. So this is the order of the vowels right now we have. Now we want to reverse the order of vowels in this given string. It means ideally this order should be replaced to this one. It will be O, then I, then A, then U, then E, right? So this is what we want at all, that whatever the order of the vowels that we have in this string, after this, after our solution, after our problem, it should convert to exact opposite, right? So it should convert to this one. So this is my aim. Now how we'll solve this question? So let's write it here again. Here we have E, Q, U, A, T, I, O, N. Now what we will do, basically we'll take a two variable. One is start variable and one is end variable. Now start variable will be pointing to the starting one, which is 0th index. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this end variable will basically point to the end index, right? Now what I will do, I will basically start from the starting, this start, and I will operate this, I will increase this until I found the any vowel, right? So basically we can have a function here that whenever it founds the vowel, that whether this character is a vowel or not. Now there is a point that this vowel can be in the smaller, it can be the smaller character as well as it can be uppercase character, right? So basically in our question we can handle both the cases. We can handle the uppercase letter also and the lowercase letter also, right? So in our function, when we'll check that whether this is a vowel or not, so in this case we'll check that if this character is any character out of this one, as well as we also will check that whether this character is part of this one, right? So this is also we'll check. So if this character is part of any of this, if any of this 10 characters, so we'll say this is a vowel. Now if you talk about this starting one, so here itself so if you talk about this start, so this E is basically a vowel. If you see here, this is a vowel, right? So it means that I will stop here, and this is my start, this is my end. So my start is at 0 and my end at the starting it was at 7, right? Now because this is the first value which I have got as a vowel, so at the end here itself my start will still be here. Now I will go from the end and I will check that whether this is a vowel or not. Now this N is not a vowel. It means I will decrease the end. So after that my end will be 6. So my end now is pointing to this one, right? Now let's check whether this O is a vowel. So yes, this O is a vowel, right? So if it is a vowel, it means I will stop here. Now both start and ends are having the vowels, right? And our aim is to reverse the exact vowel. So what I can do, I'll basically swap the values present here at here and here, right? So basically I've swapped both these values. So now it will basically convert to O. So if let me write here something this, so O will come here and then this E will basically come here, right? So after this one what it will be, something like this. It will be O, Q, U, A, T, I, E, N, right? And so this is the case. After that what I will do, that once you have swapped the value, then you will increase the start and you will decrease the end, right? Because we have swapped the value, so now we can do that. So now after that my start will move to 1 and my end will move to 5th. It means what are the indexes that we have right now? So if you see that here I have the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it means my start is present here and my end is present at here, right? Now if you see this Q is not a vowel. If Q is not a vowel, so I will increase the start. So now my start will be at here U. Now this U is basically a vowel. It means my start will be here. So my start will be here at 2. Now let's check with the end. So end is, if you see this end, this I is basically a vowel. It means I will not decrease the end. Now at both position, at the start and end, at second and fifth, we have the vowel. It means now we'll swap the values present here. So basically we'll swap the values at here and here. So what it will do after swapping, it will be O, Q, then I will come here, then A, T, U, E and end. And after that one, we can increase the start and decrease the end. So my start will be 3 and my end will be at 4, right? So it means if I write here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it means my start is at here and my end is at here. Now if you see my start, so what is the value at start? Start is at A, right? So this is your vowel. If it is vowel, so I will not increase the start and this will be as it is. Now I will check the end. So if you see at end we have T. Now T is not a vowel. It means I will decrease the end. So I will decrease the end means now end will be here, right? Now if you see that at this moment start and end both are same, right? So if both are same, it means whatever the reversal we have to do, we have already done. So it means this iteration will happen until start is less than end, right? So as soon as start is equals or greater than end, then we'll go out of the loop. So basically all this swapping and all this thing we'll do here in this while loop, right? So if you see here that what is my final string, my final string has converted into this one. What is this? This is OQIAT UEN. Now if you see the vowels here, what is the order of vowel? First of all we have O, then we have I, then we have A, then we have U, then we have E, right? And if you see here, so if you see here, this is the order that we have, and this is matching exactly with this one what we wanted, right? Here also we have O I A U E, and here also we have O I A U E, right? So basically we have done exact reversal of all the vowels present in the given string, right? So this is all what we wanted. Now let me also show you the code as well so that you can get it better. So here I am initializing a string and here I am calling the function reverse vowels in string. So where basically I am passing this string as an argument. Now if you see here we have the important function reverse vowel in string where this is a parameter. Now I am taking the two variables. The first variable is start, which is initializing with the 0, and the second variable is end, so which is basically the end index, right? So start index will basically represent from the starting and end index will basically represent from the end. Now basically what we are doing, we are basically converting this string into a character array so that we can basically play with the indexes and we can check that what is the value present at that particular index, right? So now once we do that what we are doing, we are basically doing this until start is less than end, right? Because as soon as start becomes greater than or equals to end, it means we are basically done all the reversal. Because if you see what we are doing, we are basically swapping the value. So it means once we have reached till the middle, it means now we have done all the swapping. So now we need not to go further. So that is why we have put this condition, right? Now what we are doing, we are basically checking that if the value present at the start index is not a vowel. So if it is not a vowel, it means I can go further, right? I can go start plus plus. So here we have a function is vowel. So what it does, it basically checks that whether this particular character is a vowel or not. So as we explained that basically we need to check with both uppercase and the lowercase letters. So that is why we are checking here for both uppercase as well as the lowercase, right? So if this character is any of these values, present in uppercase or lowercase vowels, then we will say return true, else will return false, right? So it means if the value present at start is not a vowel, so we'll increase the start and we'll do continue. Continue means it says that if it is present continue, it means now we need not to go further, it will again go into this next iteration, right? So this happens for the start, and now it happens for the end. So similarly for the end index as also, that what we check that if it is a vowel or not, and if it is not a vowel, so in this case also we need to reduce the we need to decrease the end by -1, and we'll do continue, right? So continue means again it will go into the next iteration. So once we do that, then it will make sure that at the start we have present a vowel, and at the end index also we have present as vowel, right? Now we need to swap both the vowels. So this is a simple basic operation of swapping. So this is how we do swapping, that basically we are initializing it, we are taking a temp variable, we are storing the value, then we are putting the end character value into start, and then we are putting the start value at the end, right? And after swapping we are basically increasing the start and decreasing the end, right? So this is what we do until start is less than end, and at the last, because we need to return the string, right? So we need to return the string. So what we do, that we have this function here, string.value of character array. So what it does, it basically convert all these character arrays into a string, right? And then it returns, right? So if you run this program, so you can see now all the vowels are basically have reversed in this particular string, right? So this is how we solve the question. Now if you talk about the time complexity in this question, so you can see from here that we are basically iterating the complete string, right? So though you can say that we are basically going, or we are basically traversing till middle, right? So if you see here, that what we are saying, that as soon as we reach till middle, so that's where we check, right? So basically my time complexity is linear, so you can say this is big of n by 2, right? Or overall what I can say, this will be big of n, right? Because this is a linear, so it will be big of n. So my time complexity is this one, and my space complexity is big of 1, because I'm not taking any extra space. It's just that I'm taking some variables which are constant. So this will be my time complexity, and it will be my space complexity, right? So yeah, that's all about this question. And if you have any doubts or questions on this, please write in the comment section. I will try to explain that. And I will also put the source code into the description section, so if you want, then you can also get it from there. So that's it. And if you have liked the video, then please like it and subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.